they get a TB counter. And
I was going to mention it, but I thought Tinker is way too greedy.
Yeah, we haven't seen much Tinker at all.
I said Tinker Luna is very greedy.
And usually not from a team like VP. They haven't really gone for this Tinker all too much.
But of course, no one's in a very good Tinker. Like his mechanical ability on the hero.
No one's a very good, 20 different heroes.
Put him whatever, yeah.
It's hard to really say there's many heroes that he's not going to shine on.
But a Tinker can demolish this game.
Do you think the lane is good for him too against the OD? That's
the new one. Honestly, nobody plays Tinker anymore. So I haven't actually experienced the lane. Yeah. But I think on paper it should still be okay. Like you're probably just going to trade farm. Because he can't really be aggro on you. You just laser him if he banishes you. And I think they're both just going to farm. And then yeah, Tinker, if he gets a good game, he can carry this game easily. Like
where did TNC last pick again?
Shadow Demon.
Shadow Demon, okay. Yeah. So they still don't have good ways to, they don't have good ways to catch the Tinker at all, really, with their draft.
And we spoke about how Sniper, there's a lack of reach for him. Tinker is even worse.
Yeah.
Like he's just going to blink around.
There's some questions, but also a lot of potential with Tinker. But I do want to go back to the Magnus. Do you feel like the reason that we keep seeing it is because of something that you guys kind of alluded to, but really we haven't talked about since the first game in the series, and that is going to be the stand-in for TNC. Do you think this is their way of saying, okay, we have a stand-in, this is just the best way to play around that and try to feel the most comfortable with somebody that we're not nearly as used to, Gods?
Yeah, it feels like it. They're going to at least, if it fails them too much, they may look a different direction, but for right now, you took a game off VP, one of the best teams in the world. Try it again.
Yeah, and also right now, it's not necessarily down to the wire. You're in a pretty good position here. If you're able to take this next game, you already know that you're going to have one of the best places that you could have in Group A, and we're going to figure that out right now. We are going to figure out who the top dog in Group A is going to be. We got Kyle and Toby waiting by. Let's kick off the action.
Yeah, TNC have already proved themselves really well. They're looking to keep going as Tim's is going to get us straight into the action with Disruption already over on Solo. A very difficult hero to kill off, however. This Ven just continues to run back towards the town. They'll banish him up again. No one. Laser is available. Solo is still alive, and with the rest of Virtus Pro behind him, they'll start to disengage. This can give us a little bit of time to have a chat.
30 seconds to battle.
How do you like... Oh, actually, does it? Ramses... They don't have a stun. Tim's is fine.
Is he? Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, he's fine. If things get rough, he can always disrupt.
I really like the VP draft, if that's what you're going to ask.
That's what I'm looking for, because it seems like got so much sustain, such great global presence as well. And it doesn't feel as greedy as I think the panel was kind of saying it was.
It just fits the way VP wants to play. Ramses is on a hyper carry, you got a ton of global mobility, you've got just really good lanes, and
ooh, this is fun.
What?
Yeah. So Gabby waited and rotated around the back. He used the reflect to slow down Roger and Ramses. So this way they could ensure they get the 2 runes. At the same time, Riot got both the runes on the offlane. So TNC will claim all 4 runes at the start of the game.
Yeah, you had to address the OD. I have not seen this hero lose a game at the tournament, at least 4-0. And Tinker is a counter. You need the BKB and a Shiva's now on RML if you really want to find this Tinker and kill him. You can still snowball and certainly win the game, but it just feels like VP, if they get ahead, that lead is just going to grow exponentially, and it'll be a very quick game.
They're already lane switching, so even though you get all 4 runes, Sven's going to find out the fact that Rior is only now just making his way up towards the top lane. Tim's was soaking up the bottom lane farm, and they can do this kind of nice, easy combination, like disrupt into Shadow Wave harassment damage, but it's against an Underlord.
Yep.
And now even Sven's going to arrive. Stormbolt, bring down the Hellfire. Tim's got hit at least once by the Underlord.
The Underlord loves laning against Terrorblade, though. You have 50 damage on the TB trying to last hit. Pasha sitting at 72 with just 1 stack of the Atrophy Aura.
The TNC willingly put this lane in. Like they moved Gabby down. They wanted to walk him in for this. Well, and then on bottom lane, Pasha, they're going to keep on harassing into the tree line. That's the reason why Solo is here to lend aid.
It's just an impossible lane for Magnus. If you just can't tri-lane a Magnus, right? You want to give Gabby a game, so yeah, it's tough. An Underlord doesn't mind this, but at least you ensure your Terrorblade's going to have some nice farm. Top lane, though, I just fear for Rior. I don't want to see him have a repeat of that last game where he just was a complete non-factor after getting crushed in the laning phase. But at least as a mag, you can pull creeps a lot easier than a no-boots Batrider.
Roger's still going to try and make him work for it. Try and make him burn the salve if possible. Meanwhile, Ramsey can just drag the Dire Creep Wave over. They did use a sentry ward to block the pull, so it's not easy for the Radiant side just to get more. Bottom lane, Stormbolt's around. Pasha still trying to get back underneath the tower, or hide inside the fog of war, but it's just not possible for him. The Underlord will fall. Solo, one Stormbolt's all he can really lend to help out his teammate.
Bear in mind, the change to the Soul Catcher on Shadow Demon no longer increases the damage taken, but it does immediately deal damage equal to percentage of your current health. That's very effective against somebody like an Underlord.
Especially if you want to try and buff that up, right?
Mm.
The other lane I want to keep my eye pretty closely on is that Tinker lane. How fast does no one start to move up in items? Again, they just keep going on bottom. Never ends. Stormbolt out over on the Terrorblade, but got Ninja Boogie behind him with a Shadow Wave to give the extra life. To keep the push going against Pasha. Tim's will be the one to find the kill.
It's the second time in 2 games where they've done a really good job of that. You punish the teleport back. It's fine to die as the off-lane Underlord, well, safe lane Underlord, but technically. It's just when you die after teleporting, you have to do this walk of shame. You're a slow hero, and he might actually just go to the jungle. He's level 3, 2 points Firestorm, and bottom lane just seems
Solo misses 0-1 in his CS. Level 2 needs to now go up against a Terrorblade. That doesn't sound like a fun time.
You're just trying to leech some experience. It's certainly not fun.
The counter out is, however, the fact that Luna is getting some really good farm. Obviously, Terrorblade's getting the same type of thing, so is the OD in mid. But it's kind of like, if you look at the top 3 cores, it's pretty balanced across the board as far as the CS goes.
Yeah. Now the mid lane, though, that's the one to watch. It's incredibly even. Slightly more denies on Armel, but who rotates mid first is going to be the question. You have double banish, bear in mind, this entire game for TNC, and a Grave. This is something I remember EG doing against us in a scrim way back before TI5. You have this so much save, double banish and Grave. Like, in a team fight, you can theoretically crazy outplay VP.
By just removing a hero the entire time. Solo's in trouble, disrupted up, poisoned, and the body block of the SD Illusions just staying in front of Solo, and they have enough damage to get the kill. Pasha trying to stand his own ground and fight. He does really minimal damage. Tims has the confidence just to stand his own ground again and fight back. It's just 5 minutes in, they want to stall him up. So as many of the runes go the way of TNC as possible, and VP will claim both of the top runes in the hands of Roger.
A really weird meta that's changed. Like, we did not really see this at the minor very much, but now every single game it feels like you just have both carries free farming the enemy safe lane. Mid relatively even, and then the supports kind of just run around in circles. You look at this, Shadow Demon Dazzle, they will find Solo once again.
Yep, they got a 4-man Shadow Wave. That's why Solo is so low on his life. He's able to pop his Warcry, letting that shield do some work. He's got 4 stick charges up his sleeve too, and not to mention Roger TPing over with bottle charges available. They try efficiently to salve up Sven.
So far so good for TNC, and see how this goes. I'm really curious to see this Tinker OD relationship plays out as the game progresses. Same with TB Luna. I see Terrorblade as a pretty good counter pick to the Luna, but the thing about that hero is that you output so much damage, especially if Wisp hits level 15. You get that Ags Luna ultimate. If TB doesn't have a BKB, he might just feed to your ult alone.
Boogie's trying to look for that nice poison touch area, and they're going to find it anyway if ST moves over. Just a disruption not even required. Gabby, okay, maybe it is required. They should have had enough damage to easily kill off Pasha. Now they'll have to dive underneath the tier 1 tower to find the Underlord. As Ninja Boogie tanks that tower, gets the poison touch off mid lane. No one gets the solo kill onto Armel, and Pasha looking for a rebuttal onto Ninja Boogie. The Hellfire will not be enough to get the kill.
What a solo kill mid from Noah.
Where are you going? Going very, very deep. Catcher is out. They'll turn on the reflect. Solo Looking for a fight of his own. 7-6 charges available. This will give him the Storm Bolt. Now combo with Ramses. One more Lucent Beam and Gabby will fall. And that's exactly what happens. Solo gets the last hit in.
Really good TP there from the Luna. Ramses just getting effective. Not only does he get that kill, but also a tower deny, assuming he's able to last hit this properly. He wasn't. I jinxed him.
He attacked, the catapult attacked, and that was all I had to say about that.
Yeah. I feel like a slower game will favor the side of VP. However, you do have a timing on the side of TNC. If you get, you know, BKB on the Terror Blade after his Manta, something like that, you can just win a fight and just go high ground because he's going to output so much damage. It's a really tough game to read.
It's kind of hard to go high ground against this, though. Like,
yeah,
you can always just leave Luna on the front lines who can be sustained by the eye, but it's the mass march of the machines, it's the missed chances that will come in from laser. It's just that never-ending Tinker spam that's very problematic. I suppose they got some decent sustain, but Tims is not one of those players who has sustain. Roger and Ramses combined together to kill him underneath his own tier 1 tower. Sustain comes from heroes like Dazzle.
No one just farming the jungle, trying to stay efficient. Got a really lucky camp. Tinker can really only farm the magic, not resistant creeps.
Solo, he's just walking into the middle of Armel, Gabby, and Ninja Boogie. They didn't have all the vision in the world to know this, but most of the heroes walk past that mid tower. Solo gets the war cry off as no one arrives for defense duty.
They got the glyph up as well, and this is the downside of playing into a Tinker as a Terror Blade. It is incredibly difficult to push in, as you said. No one just spams out a couple marches, all of a sudden the creep wave's dead, and the meta is now going to have to be used for farming.
Definitely not what Gabby wants. He wants to be taking towers with this.
Yeah. This is like the new Dota too. Like up top, you just have Mag versus Underlord constantly shoving waves into each other. It's like every team drafts and plays around this concept of heavy pressure, and sometimes you just get stalemates in what feels like every lane. That's what we have here. It's just lanes being shoved.
Yep. You just wait to see just how much of a reply any team wants to do. We saw it earlier today with eHome just TPing in all 5 heroes. It's like, no, you're not going to take our towers. You're going to play very much like Wings did. But for now, it's a little bit more of a different story. VP are going to smoke up. They smoked up on top of the Dire Observer Ward, so they should be aware of that. That's actually a very odd scan position. It's over on the Radiant side of the river, where Tims is now walking out to. So they must be looking for the bounty runes. And Tims, well, Spirit's going to be able to connect onto him, so he'll die. VP not getting the fight they were looking for, but they'll still claim both bottom bounty runes.
No one does finish up his bots. 3 gold away. He's going to do the walk back to base, and then he'll be free to port out anywhere he wants. And this is where the VP lineup starts to accelerate. And if you're the side of TNC, you got to think about towers, and you got to think about what timing are you looking to win this game, because right now VP is going to be very content just shoving lanes and farming in all directions. Like,
yep.
There's nothing you can do if you're TNC unless you're able to find some kills first.
Especially because you got this now. With the BTs up from Tinker, it's too easy just to relocate in and have this global presence across the map for Virtus Pro. Ramses doesn't have any kind of points up in the Eclipse, so he's going to do this the old-fashioned way, but that's why you've got Tinker rockets flying long and far.
And we didn't even comment on that. Wisp will die in the bottom lane, but check out Luna's...
Wait, Willie? Tethered down, begins his TP, and there will be a banishment. Tinker started his TP in, faking the RP out from the Magnus. And Io, this time around, nothing to tether over to, and he will not survive.
Check out the Luna skill build up top as he's pushing.
A 1-3-4 build.
Yep. And remember, that gives bonus primary attributes now, and he's playing on a team with 3 strength heroes. They all, like, look at the health on Underlord and Sven. Sven has brown boots and 1500 HP. He's level 4.
Yep. Nothing like it, man. When you combine it with the Warcry too, the attack speed increases. You've got Mask of Madness already completed over on Ramses. Io just rejoins this fight, and then all of a sudden the Luna's just wrecking apart everything. That's why it kind of feels like Luna is just going to destroy any kind of army that TB wants to create. Now Pasha begins the Uber route. Solo wants to stay with him. The banishment is out. Does Pasha get to take him with him? And yep, together they will retreat back home, forcing multiple TPs out from TNC, not to mention the use of Sandy's Eclipse.
I love what offlane's become in this new patch as well. It's pretty much just a race to Vlads unless you're Magnus, because you don't need to buy Vlads because you have Empower. But Pasha just pretty much ground boots Vlads, no matter the hero, constantly farm waves and then bind your carries, make them better. And this build on Luna, yeah, it's a bit greedy, but if you get away with it, you farm so fast with this max Moonglaive and Aura style. The points in Beam are effectively useless if you're not casting them on enemy heroes. Meanwhile, OD picks up a Midas, but this is a lot later than the one we saw in that eHome game, a full 3 minutes almost, and I don't know if you're really capable of getting away with it this time.
TNC wraparound. Tims has the double damage room for some reason with the double storm bolt from Sven. Solo creating more space. Gabby did, however, get that metamorphosis off. He doesn't finish Roger. Okay, the poison touch from Ninja Boogie will finish Roger off instead. And this strands out Ramsey.
Oh, what
RP! We are able to grab both of them. Roger keeping the tether up. He bought back to keep Ramses alive. And that's why they just turn on the Mask of Madness and the Overpower. Every bit of damage you've got. Find him in the trees. Ninja Boogie TP out. Cancelled by the Lucifer Beam. And Ramses, even after he was pulled out, the Glaives finish off the bounce. 4 heroes down from TNC. The buyback from Io kept them in it.
What a bounce. That's the definition of perfect right there, because that was the last little touch of damage. And it means that Ramses gets solo XP off the kills because he's not in range when they actually pick them up. So great job by him, and really kudos to Roger though. That's a critical buyback. I'm pretty sure Luna and Tinker are dead there if he doesn't save the Ramses.
Ramsey gets so much money from this. Of course, you do see how it can turn around. Tims, you get a disruption off and on Luna, and all of a sudden you do probably more damage than the rest of his team currently does.
That's a good point. One of the reasons they last picked this hero. A bit unconventional, but TNC proving, they don't... we've seen a lot of weird picks this far in this tournament. I saw Chaos win a game with a Wind Ranger Naga.
Yeah.
Not surprised to see Shadow Demon back if Luna's going to be picked this early.
Nothing is ever very clear when it comes to starting up like something that's as important as the major.
Yeah.
There's always this own meta that starts to form up. Teams have specific concepts. Hey, who knows? Maybe we see the Wyvern and Axe concept that some people may have created in this casting duo.
So that was...
It ain't me.
They baited the scan. VP saw that TNC scanned and waited with that smoke play, counted to 15, and then immediately they're into the pit.
They're doing this pretty quickly. TNC unable to push the other lanes in fast enough. Middle, bottom, top, everything's going in a lot, like pretty fast. And Solo is still able to claim both of the bounty runes from top. So Virtus Pro loses out on nothing. They get the Aegis Immortal into the hands of the Luna, who's looking for her own fight. OD's going to show herself. Roger, does he want to get involved in this? What's coming in the courier? You've got the drums now completed for Armel.
But it's just not an item that's going to change the status quo here. I'm a bit concerned for TNC.
That's a really great Tinker Ward though. TNC, oh the RP! It didn't actually catch the Luna, so when they turn on the Eclipse, Roger's nearby, and no one. He's TP'd over to the creep wave, into the trees. You've got rockets flying forward. Ryor gets hit by that pretty hard, not to mention the laser bouncing into Terrorblade. So Gabby doesn't find the hit he's looking for. In fact, he's going to get storm bolted up and Solo with the God Strength. The Root tries to create a little bit more space from the Underlord and is able to buy just enough time with Ninjabugi Shallow Grave to get Gabby Sunder off. I don't think Solo is totally done with this. At least I don't want to be done with this. But they may have to with IO dead.
You're okay with that if you're VP. Not ideal, but you could have... If Ramses doesn't make that quick little shift to the left and juke that double RP, they're going to lose that Aegis as well. No one up with the Blink Dagger now. Aether Lens next, and you're well positioned as VP to just clear out this tier 2 bottom tower. And Pasha, I love it because he actually went for the medallion right after Vlad's too, so certainly keying in on a way to itemize, and I don't blame him after Seb and TrueSight proved just how important itemization was.
Well, this push can keep going on bottom lane with the Vlads, the VIP booster, and the medallion. Anyone comes too close to Virtus Pro lineup and they're probably going to pop. Io's already rejoining the fight. Tinker's a little bit further away. Interesting observer wall being put down, and once again, okay, they're going to try and fight with the Lunar illusions, but it won't work. VP very quick to clean up the disruption illusions, and they can't afford to lose the tower. If the tower goes down, these glaives will make it impossible for the supports to stay close. That's why Tims is over in the tree line, so he's sort of close enough to be involved in the fights, but here comes the glaive bouncers. How do you even blink in? Magnus has to fall back almost to his tier 4 towers in order to have this blink dagger off cooldown, and yeah, VP, they just take the racks. No one wants to come closer. Tims, he'll come in, he'll get the purge over on the Luna, but that's why the pick comes down. Tims very quickly dead. The buyback is out, but the bottom rack's totally taken. They'll have to wrap around from the rear. Dazzle as well as OD looking for a target, but now they realize the observer ward was already there. They de-warded even though the rockets are flying forward. And Virtus Pro haven't found the target they want just yet. One just got tether away targets, and it will be the Luna, and they find their one target in the back line is Dazzle. Shallow Grave will come out, but these mass rockets from Tinker, they're so far forward. Dazzle will finally die. SD's caught on the wrong side of the tracks. This will be a dive back from him as well. That's why they just try and close the distance, laser it up, rooter him up, and no one. Too easy for him, but it's Ramses who actually takes the double kill.
That was really cool from VP. I love what Roger did there. All the players of VP just so skilled individually. Instead of running with his team up the high ground, he popped balls max range and then cleared out the space to the left to ensure that they had some sort of vision on the enemy high ground, gets more of a feel for where TNC is actually playing around, and then tethers to his team. And you can just see they understand their timing and how they want to win games. It's just the same formula. They get this Aegis, they itemize properly, and then all of a sudden they have a ball of death. And the game's now blown wide open. Yep. They're going to just march down top. And I still don't know if TNC can stop them.
Well, they got a little bit more time left on that Aegis the Immortal. So while you've got that, you know you want to go. Like, war cry it up, and that's, holy crap. There's so much damage on the Underlord and so much life on him. Like, they don't even finish up the full Crimson Guard. Imagine if these guys actually have a Crimson Guard, a BKB for Ramses. Yep. It'll fly on the Courier. He won't have it for this push.
But you have Aegis for another minute, so as long as it shows up
did he actually just give it to the Tinker? So
of course he did.
Yeah,
that's
easy,
so good.
Easy itemization, easy teleport. That Courier doesn't have to do any kind of traveling. So the SD, the illusions are up. Ramses quickly kills them off, so now he can focus on the primary target. Doesn't care if he dies. In fact, he almost wants to die, soak up abilities, take the tower, let the Aegis Immortal pop, back to full life.
What do you do? TNC?
They can't initiate on this. If they do, they lose everything. The glaives are bouncing through Armel, almost killing him down.
Hey, look at that. Ramses. Now the tower's dead. He doesn't want to get disrupted, and he just keeps juking Tim's positioning.
Rio also keeps getting hit by rockets. He keeps getting hit by everything else. He cannot blink in. There is no blink RP.
No.
One Aegis the Immortal, and they take the polar opposite racks, north and south.
And this is just great heads-up play from VP. They recognize, look how far ahead we are. We're just going to go shove it down their throats and win this game. TNC itemizing like this is the 2016 Tinker, where games used to go 40 to 50 minutes automatically. They have a Midas on OD. They're about to buy one on the Magnus, but this game's going to be over well before the time when these items pay off.
Yep. That's the biggest challenge of TNC. If they can hold for these items to be good, I think we're both on the same page, or we don't believe that's going to be possible, because VP are already grouping up. Ready to fight once more. They're around the mid. Looking for smoke, and right now, no one's carrying any.
Yep, this is the right move,
at least not on VP side. On TNC side, they're going to 3-man smoke up and wrap to mid. Maybe this is one way Real can finally get this RP off.
Well, they need a huge one. Well, on Tinker plus 1 or 2.
SD's going to break it on the side. He's going to break it on Io. They're coming in close. OD. Okay, there you go. Smoke behind. They realize it's broken behind them.
And they do a great job. Look at the positioning, though. Look at where Wisp is. There's no way you're catching him. No one on the high ground while still smoked. Luna's hitting the tower. Underlord Sven clearing out a full 180-degree radius around them, ensuring that no wraparound is going to be possible. Look at this. It's perfect.
Yep. Underlord just says, please, come on me. Well, you've got the Luna. They had to wrap back around so hard for TNC to get back into the base. It's taken them so long. The Luna's already gone through 2/3, making 3/5 of that tower. BKB's up just for safety. Fortification's buying a little bit more time for TNC and Ramses. Maybe just a little bit more cautious. Maybe not for Solo. He just goes straight in. Got a double stun out. They weren't ready to fight this one, and Virtus Pro. Probably the first mistake of this game 3. A skewer back on Underlord, gets a 4-man pit. Roger wants to be here for the fight, and with the Eclipse, you're gonna lose 2. Make it 3 heroes. Io, the Glimmer Cape is protecting him. They cannot find him to kill him off. The side lanes are very much of a mess for TNC. But Virtus Pro overcommit. The tether is down for the Io. The orb will follow him. He'll live through it.
A little sloppy. I think Solo dying in the base was just him throwing away his life for the glyph at that point.
It's like Ramses and he were on a very different page.
Yeah. It was just that they didn't recognize glyph was up, because that BKB is well timed if he can just finish the racks. But because of the glyph, it's no longer possible, or the fortification rather. I like the play though. I mean, your Underlord effectively is a club bouncer, keeping out anyone you don't like inside VP's, VP's place.
Yep.
And right now, they're looking to take first place in this group, and I think that as long as they don't make any egregious errors, they're going to do just that. Gabby, no BKB, he's in trouble.
Yep. Tinker is just a non-stop fighter. He was looking for Tims to come close enough so he could stun to him and get the life back, but it doesn't work. 46 seconds without TP. Ramses triggers the BKB. This is Megas. Nothing will stop it, and it may even just be the game. URP over on 2. The BKBs will still protect them underneath the tier 4 towers. Riol, he's going to live through this, and OD, maybe now you can prove your worth. Ramses, imprison him up. Find your target. No one, however, keeps continuously lasering the OD, so he can't get the stacks he's looking for. So they rotate back in towards the mid. There's a ball just sitting in the middle of the open for some reason, so Roger will pick it up and just bring Ramses and Roger up. And Pasha, they'll pull him out. They'll kill Tims, and everyone's going to leave. In fact, GG is already called. Yeah. The game is done.
Just 2 series, same story. VP dropped game 1.